今まで鍛えた武装色を重ね、より足になるイフリートジャンブ。この人間のクズがこりえ。仕上げはまだ終わってねえ。クズ肉でも美味しくしてやるよ。
Alright, ladies and germs, I've been super excited for this one because he's one of my favorite characters in the series. That is the cook and one of the main fighters of the Straw Hat crew, Blackleg Sanji, while using his Ifrit Jambe technique from the anime and manga One Piece, made by JacksDo Studio, and it's the blue flame version. This studio did two versions of this statue, one with the flames being all blue, which is the one I bought, and the second version is the red flame version. And I won't lie, I slightly regret not getting the red flame version, because the colors look a little more colorful as it has Sanji's legs transitioning from Diable Jambe into Ifrit Jambe, but the one I got is just as amazing, in my opinion. I'm also glad and relieved this statue came with some instructions and with clear visualization and steps, especially because this statue does come with numerous pieces, so thanks JacksDo Studio for including this. I have been itching for a Sanji statue with his Ifrit Jambe activated since I've read the manga, and especially after seeing it in the anime, so I've been eager to finally unbox this beauty. A lot of these pieces are just blue flame effects that surround the main body, and I love the coloring done to it. A mix of light blue with a darker hue of blue at the tips. This was a nice surprise. The statue came with a smashed canister that contained the raid suit, which I was slightly disappointed that Sanji destroyed it because I loved his raid suit design, but it was an amazing moment in the story for Sanji, so I appreciate the studio for including this piece. Both of the hands come in separately. Here's the headpiece. Loved how it turned out, from the hair and its coloring to the fierce face expression and with his cigarette included. The statue also comes with a caged helmet, a nod to Sanji's past. I also didn't know this was included. Now onto the second layer with the remaining effect pieces. It comes with a little plaque showing what Sanji's own pirate flag skull would look like. Here's the biggest piece, the base itself. As it's a swirl of blue flames, I think my favorite part of this statue is the coloring done to the effect pieces. It's so pleasant to look at in person. And now, finally for the main body itself, which I did slightly to struggle to remove. The studio even put in a warning letter to be careful about taking it out, and thankfully, nothing was damaged. This Sanji outfit is the one he wore during the Onigashima raid, which is one of my favorite suits that Sanji has worn in the story. Love the texture given to the body, and I like how the flame leg turned out. And the pose is the standard one he does when using the normal Diable Jambe. And this was a bit random, but it came with a black light flashlight, and it wasn't until much later that I realized it was meant to show some glowing effects on the statue itself. And now to assemble the statue itself, which I would have struggled quite a bit without the instructions since most of the pieces look the same. I like how the main body is connected at 2 points, one at the bottom of the base and the other is connected to the rising flames. Also, all of these pieces are connected with magnets, so it was satisfying to hear them snap into place. For this part, I placed the hands in, but I was supposed to put in the head first. And that's pretty much it for the assembling. From the base to the top of the head, it's roughly 12.5 inches. Here's a rotating display of the statue. The statue did cost me $200 USD, with the shipping being $67. I honestly expected the statue to be a bit heavier, but it was light enough to be used on my rotating display, and it's easy to move around since the magnets are pretty strong. It holds the pieces into place nicely. This is easily one of my most favorite One Piece statues that I bought so far. I have been highly considering doing like a tier list maybe near the end of this year, either only for the One Piece related figures or maybe all the figures I bought so far, because even I'm curious to see what I'll place at the top as my favorites. Sanji, excluding Luffy, might be my favorite Straw Hats, along with maybe Nami and honestly Brook, though this can always change depending on the arcs and how the story develops. I used to have Robin and Zoro higher, but it's always hard to rank the Straw Hats since they're pretty much all great. I know Sanji has some pretty low moments in the series, but I also believe he has some of the highest moments as well. It's one of the reasons why Whole Cake Island is one of my favorite arcs. Compared to Zoro, who is usually pretty consistently great across the show, especially since he's a sword wielder, one of my favorite fighting styles, he doesn't have the same amount of peaks that Sanji does, in my opinion of course. Obviously, Zoro has some great moments that can't be compared, like his declaration to Luffy in the Barate arc, or his nothing happened moment in Thriller Bark. However, the juxtaposition of Sanji's drastic change in tone moments, being a complete idiot or fool because he can't fight women or his perverted side, compared to his more serious moments, makes me like him all the more. I believe his highest moments outweigh his lowest lows. And I really like his simple fighting style, just revolving around kicks. His Ifrit Jambe is one of my favorite abilities used in the show, even though it's just a simple fire kick, and to finally have an upgraded version of it, Ifrit Jambe, was such a hype moment in manga and anime. I remember not liking Sanji awakening his Germa powers during Wano because it felt like a cheat code essentially, but I love to see Sanji's resolve during his fight against Queen to keep being himself rather than become an unemotional soldier. Sanji has always relied on his feelings for his powers. The fact that his legs aren't burned while using his Ifrit Jambe is because his heart burns hotter, which was said by Oda in an SBS. It has always been a fun explanation to me and one I liked. So Sanji using an upgraded Ifrit Jambe while he was fearing of losing his emotions was so awesome to read and watch. And I can't wait to see what else Sanji will do as the story is nearing its end. Before I reach the end, I wanted to show some comparison shots with the Sanji statue while using his Ifrit Jambe made by Wi-Fi Studio. Since unfortunately I didn't make a video for it, I really love how these two statues look together. The red and blue look nice standing side by side in my opinion. And I had to record this a few days later, using the black light to show some glowing effects on Sanji's leg, a nice little detail done by the studio. That's pretty much it for the Sanji statue, and I'm super pleased how it turned out. As I mentioned, I'll probably do a tier list to rank some of these statues, so expect that maybe near the end of this year, I guess. Gotta figure out how I'll do it. I'll probably use my thumbnails maybe for the visuals. But that'll be it for this one. Hope you enjoyed and see you for the next one. And small spoiler alert, it's also from JacksDo Studio. So bye.